Nice to see you. Hey, Bucks of Paint! How are you? Long time no see. It's great to see you too, finally on time. I'm gonna have to get up in a couple of minutes just to get my tea, but yeah. How is everyone? It's very windy today, so is the wind having any impact on the audio? I know you've said you have small hands, but my hand on that pad takes up so much more room. This is 9 by 12. Yeah, I have really small hands. Which is a bit annoying in the sense that I have like short hands and small hands, but I have a medium-sized bone structure. Like I don't have teeny tiny wrists. So whenever I try to find gloves that fit, either they're like cutting off circulation at the wrist or they're way too roomy. It's just annoying. Hey Cleo, hi! Oh no. Well, thank you for lurking about. That's fine. I've got giant hands and still don't know how I play piccolo. Oh, that's a very good question. Do you play piano? You need hand knitted ones that fit. Yeah, I guess. But it's tricky. Like sometimes you want those like they wouldn't be knit, they would be sewn together, so I would have to sew my own gloves. But what's the yeah, it's always very funny because whenever I wear like mittens in the winter, like this is basically the mitten and my hand in it, and I can like fold half of the mitten off because it's way too long, even the small ones. But then it's fine. It's a minor inconvenience. You can knit gloves. Yeah, I know. It's just that it's not the like I'm talking about the little gloves that you can layer, like the really thin ones. My brain is in gear for piano. I can use lots of fingers to make one note, but more than two at a time on piano when I pray. Or you need the mittens which can open up the fingers. It'd be better for Canada. It really depends on the days, but yeah, those I had those in the past and they were quite handy, but again, I would have had to make some adjustments to them because of the length of my fingers. Like the part that you remove wouldn't go far enough in the hand to really be useful. I have medium to small hands, but a wide stretch after playing piano. I hate this stupid heart thing in the corner. I have basically 3 sets of gloves slash mittens. I have really thin gloves for when it's just a little bit cold. I have like everyday mittens for when it's the average cold of Canadian winters, and I also have like super insulated poofy mittens for when it's super duper cold. The poofy insulated ones are so hot, it's not like I can only wear those when it's super cold. Otherwise, I have to like pull half of my hand out of them at some point because it gets just too steamy in there. Ginger! Hey, Alex! I made those ones with my partner and I might have written down the pattern. Ooh. I'll go get my tea. I'll be right back. And I'm back. My sea monkey experiment is going a lot better than expected and thought I'd have 10, 15 and there are hundreds. Oh no! Oh man, popcorn is amazing. Is everyone having something with the stream? I have cocoa. I have what is supposed to be an iced tea, but it's, let's say, just a lukewarm tea. It's fine. Today is not overly hot, so. Alright, I need to find what I'm gonna do today too. I might want to prepare some swatch sheets. Abisa doesn't like the roly-polies, but it's actually a bit taken by the sea monkeys. I had chocolate, then decided to opt for the slightly adultier popcorn and chocolate. That's a good choice. I approve of this. Hi. I think I'm having chat window. I should stay quiet and paint. And that's perfectly fine. 13 minutes into the stream and you're all talking about food. Of course, we were talking about drinks too because I went to get some tea. Oh, that sucks, Cleo. That's like random anxiety bursts are always super duper annoying. I hate them. I had never heard of sea monkeys until I was like 20, and even then I thought it was like a made up thing. It took a really long time before I saw that it was an actual thing, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah. Alright, so I took out, I have this beautiful set, the Gansai Tambi Art Nouveau set. I have the graphite colors and I have here the 18 colors Da Vinci set. Huh? There you go. And the Billy Shawl set. So I need to decide on one and set up a spread where I have swatches, mixes and stuff, and then a painting. The Art Nouveau one sold. I'm gonna make, like, I have a very long list of videos that I have yet to do, but it's been a bit difficult. These colors are just so nice. Usability. Oh, that's weird, Lena. I was reading the blurb. Those colors are, yeah, I feel really seen by this palette. I don't know if you can see, but it's a very natural looking palette. I feel like you can use these straight and you don't have to mix as much with anything. Like, you're good to go. Yeah, it is the intent with these paints, but it's just that, anyway, I don't want to ramble too much today. Renting, but you know, if you look up online, you can find things that might not agree with you. diffuser. I do feel like this is yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so swatches, do I make them round or square? I feel super excited, maybe too much sugar in the cocoa. Mmm. Oh man. What are those? I'll send you the link. Well, these are the tiny ones, but I got them from Arts to Embers on Etsy, and he makes a lot of 3D printed stuff. But I have this is from him. Where did I put those? This one. And I don't know what it is, but my A Gallo palette. Where did I put that? I had a good few days of trying to reorganize stuff, and now I can't find anything, of course. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Whew. Yes. So these are the tiny stencil for swatches. It's a set of 4. You get. Do I have anything colored? Yeah. This is not cute, but you'll see better. So there's this one for mixes. Then you have the square swatches, round swatches, and kind of mixing circle thingy. And he also has larger ones, but I think it's mostly swatches. It's Arts to Embers. Do they stack? In what way? And yeah, so this one, I've taken out the mixing tray because the Agallo Hold on, my brain can't do 2 things at once. Let's open this first. Alright, so yeah, the Agallo palettes, the Agallo pans are so pillowy that they stick way too much to this mixing area, so I took it off. But yeah, this tray accommodates a lot of colors, so it's 8 times 6. A lot. me not making math. So tiny and adorable. Aspartame. Why did it go to aspartame? That's so funny. 48. 48. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. I wanted to be able to put all of my Agalo paints in one palette, but also have it not be a really big palette, and also that there would be space between the pans, because I really don't like when pans touch. Especially pillowy pans, because the paints touch them and it's just so messy, and I don't know, it bothers me. I tried to fight it, but at some point I had to make peace with the fact that it just bothers me. And it came with this this paper for charts that I filled the colors in myself. So that's, see, Arts to Embers. So that's one. That's the other one that I was really interested into. It's a palette for these ceramic. It started as the Stephanie Primo palette, but now it's Etcher that has it, and it's basically magnetized. I can take it off anyway, but there's a magnet at the bottom, and you just put the magnet under your ceramic tray, and you can plug them in there, and then I don't think you have to use the little cushiony thing, but I do. But yeah, you can sort of carry it like that, and I just find it a lot more convenient. And then the last one I got from that shop is this one, because it's way too cute. The Skip, and I have 6 colors from Hungry for Paints in here. So yeah, that's that. So all that to say, these stencils came from the same spot. I've been using the swatches a lot, and this one, less this one, because it's a lot of work. There's a lot of mixes to do here, and I'm like, maybe not. Alright. So we said round, and I need to, can I fit, I don't think I can fit 6. I might have a few acrylic spots on my screen protector and a few holes from trying to remove acrylic spots. Well, that's very you. I would be able to recognize this the screen protector test. I can see you, Lana. Oh no, look at all those lovely things in that Etsy shop. I know. I know. Especially if you guys are in the same country. So what, US? What if I make swatches this way then? I can easily fit 4 and I can easily fit 6. So it's a bit weird, but I think that's what I'll do. I get errors with some messages, it's weird. Yeah, that's definitely weird. I wonder why. So I like to draw them with a pencil first. Just to check out the layout before I do it with permanent ink. Hey, Temple, hi! Oh, maybe. Long time no see, Temple. How have you been? hope everything's okay, because I cannot check if Otto is having the issue now that I use my phone to film and have the audio through it. It doesn't like it doesn't send me notifications when it's used as a camera, as far as I can tell. No, when I can't write in here, it just doesn't do anything, no error messages or anything. That's so weird. Alright, so I think that's a semi-functioning layout. Feels weird because I would be really tempted to have the colors go that way, but I'll have to settle for the other way. For the sake of fitting in a page, you know. Other people multitask. This is hard. Shake left hand constantly. Popcorn bowl. Text message. Well, I mean, we'll understand if you have to focus on the popcorn so it doesn't get burnt. That's a very valid preoccupation. Let me get my fancy pencil. I like these because these have flat lids. I don't know if you can see. And I like to use them when I write, like, I call it sort of fake calligraphy. Because you can just write what you want, and then with a pen I can come in and just, you know, trace the outline and then erase and paint it in. But priorities, it's okay, I'm making two bowls anyway. So yes, I have this one that is a, does it say? No. And then I have this one, which is much wider. It's a bit hard to see because I guess it's quite hard, but it's like much thicker, so if I do like the letters with it, it's fun. It's my cheat for writing that doesn't take forever. I have these paints in a card somewhere, just haven't pushed the button yet. My partner was late with the reminder. He just jumped up from his game announcing, "No, it's Caturday!" Okay, my right arm can do the popcorn bowl wiggle better, so typos will not be improving. Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, he knows I don't want to miss it. Aww. It happens, but no one is happy. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. I mean, even I have to miss them sometime. So, you know. I might have to put this as a rear angle. Just for the sake of having space for my hand. It's not my favorite way to draw the circles, but I seem to have misplaced my ballpoint pen, so at least it's waterproof. That's the main thing you want. area. Have too much one-headed expert. Can you do kikis? Aw. Yes, if you have an arm immobilized by a cat, you really develop one-handed skills quickly. And a very big cramp in the other arm for sure. Did I mention the cat we are sort of taking care of in the last stream? Did I talk about her? Basically, she's you know, like Chaz's sister, quote mark, because they shared the same humans. And I think I talked about it last week, but there was a tornado warning, and this little cat is very small. She's very tiny. She's like a 5-6 pound cat. She's probably very young too. And yeah, it was like excessively windy and stormy, and she was outside, and she was not too psyched about the wind. So I was like, this kind of sucks. So I tried reaching out to the people whose number is on her middle. And I know these people are also Chaz's humans. So I tried texting them, I tried calling, got no reply, and I was like, well, okay. I'll just, you know, we'll just take care of her during the storm, no problem. And yeah, ultimately we found out that their humans were out of the country. And I have no idea when they're coming back, I have no idea if they're back. But this little cat has been hanging around here for like most of her days. Like, she's always here, and it's perfectly fine. I really don't mind it. I much prefer her to stay here, this side of the road, than having to cross the street back and forth to get to technically what is her home. But yeah, so she's been here, like, she spends her nights here, she spends her days here. We hardly ever not see her. And it's kind of weird when we go out and she's not there. I went out earlier and I was like, oh, she was there 5 seconds ago, but now she seems to be gone. And she wasn't gone, she was just up a tree. And she came down the tree. So yeah, basically she's like our third cat for now. And yeah, she's really, really cute. I think I'm gonna try to draw her for the spread featuring these paints. But she's such a sweet little cat. Yes, Chaz is a sister, a teeny tiny one. Well, I call her sister. They look like they could be related because they have similar like colorings and spots and all that, but at the same time, there's definitely a bit of an age gap between the two, so I don't know. I know that Chaz is snipped, so it's not his kid. She's like half his size, and he's being so mean to her sometimes. Like, he will bap her and he will bite her, and I'm like, come on, man, give her a break. She's the tiniest kitten. Her name is Kaya. It's mostly just extremely different movement. One arm has to aggressively slide ball. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, this thing where they try to have you like rub your belly in a circle and tap your head up and down. It's so hard to do. Who leaves the country with their cats outside? A very valid question, to which I have no answers. But I'm not, like I keep saying, Kaya, K-A-Y-A, like kayak, but no K at the end. Yeah, but if I had a little sister and she started hanging out with my friends and invited, I'd be pissed. That's the real energy of it, which is really funny, but like I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't start like hitting her. You know, like he's really rough with her, and she's tiny. At some point, she was near the window, and he bapped her head in the window, and it went like bonk. And Mr. E was like, "Whoa, what was that?" I was like, "Oh, we just bapped her in the window." And he was like, "Really? I thought that was you making noises like hitting things." And I'm like, "No." Belt runs and headpats are roughly same rhythm and energy. But yeah, I see them play together, like they fight, they run after each other. Oh yeah, he's being like textbook like big brother. Belt runs, belly rubs. Wow, that was that was a fun typo. We got woken up last night at 2:30 in the morning by cat yells. You know, not screeches, not anything overly like panic inducing, but a lot of angry cat noises. So I went out, and all I could find was Kaya sitting nearby on her own, and I was like, what's happening? Don't tell me you're as much of a drama queen as your brother is. Please. Because Chaz is such a drama queen, it's hilarious. Hi, I'm so alone out here. Oh, maybe. Oh, I'm not doing this the right way, am I? Fudge. Oh well, I'll just follow the chart here and screw that. It's fine. Abandonment doesn't tend to bring out the pain. I mean, we give her a lot of attention, and I often go out to pet her and play with her. But yeah, before she realized that we had good food, she was super skittish, and she would run away before I could like get her to come close to me. But then she realized that I had temptations, or dreamies, and now she's our third cat, like I said. I can't remember if I told y'all, but we had a cat crime in the garden, and we're very confused. There was fluff everywhere, and the color had been obliterated. Still don't know what happened. But we've both seen the cat now with the same color it had destroyed. Do you think the humans had spares? Poor kikis. So glad they... Yeah, they often just come... We joke that Chaz plays the harp because he comes to the screen and the windows and just, you know, ping the screens. So we call him the harpist. So cat is fine, but don't know if it was just going nuts trying to get it off. Maybe it, yeah, like what Alex says, maybe cat got caught and escaped. You know, sometimes when they get really stupid and the collar is just a bit too loose, they get their jaw stuck in there. And maybe cat was like going berserk trying to get it off. nothing for it to get cut. No, but it could have cut himself in the collar. Like, it has happened to Scout and Pecco more times than they would probably admit to, that we would catch them with their jaw stuck open in the collar. Just some freaking nasturtiums that we can't seem to get rid of. But those are edible, just eat them. Until there's none left. They're super tasty, they're like peppery. Or if a fox caught it or something, and cat is clearly superior to him. I was very surprised to learn a couple of years ago that the main predator for cats here in Montreal City is foxes. I was like, wait, what? We have those? And apparently we do. We saw one in a park nearby, but it's a big park that's like a very big like nature space. So I can easily picture that a fox could live there and find everything they need to live there. But you know, for the rest of the parks I've seen, they don't all look like they could host something like a fox. Fox is what we thought, but there was nothing but fluff. I love nasturtiums in salads, but ants love to swarm them when I try to. Ugh. We don't know how we got nasturtiums, and 2 years running they have taken over forever. You're gonna have to eat a lot of salads. Or maybe you're meant to open a little shop where all you sell is nasturtiums for salads. He had less weight than had improperly adjusted his collar. Oh no! Poor Odie. If I'm right, it's a very lucky cat. We should ask if the winning. You should ask it the winning lottery numbers. Farm to market salad. Straight up, you put up a little booth on the sidewalk. That was one of my favorite things when I visited Switzerland ages ago. And if you ever get fed up with me mentioning Switzerland every once in a while, just tell me and stop. But on the weekends, sort of the downtown-ish area, which was unlike any other downtowns I've ever seen personally, but it would open up, like, it would be like the market day. And a lot of businesses would just put out tables, like it was purely streets, pedestrian streets, and they would put out little booths and little tables, and they would sell like stuff from the local farmers and whatnot, and it was super duper cool, and I loved it. And it was such a, you know, if I go to the farmers market here in Montreal, it's a very stressful experience because it is so packed with people, and you feel rushed, you feel like you have to, you know, go quickly, and you have to yell because there's so much noise, and it's great to have a farmer's market, but it's not a fun experience to go when everyone else is going, you know. And that market is open like 7 days a week, I think. So it's not like it's only one day and everyone goes that day, which was the case in Switzerland. It was, you know, one day of the weekend, but it was super walkable. There was not like, it was not packed. It was very enjoyable. It was super relaxed, and I really enjoyed it, and I kind of miss it. London's market are crazy and filled to the brim with locals and tourists. It can be joyful chaos or just chaotic chaos. I go into full shutdown fun mode, and when I come to, I have my, yeah, that's basically what happens with the local one. I went there once, like in the middle of the week at a really random time, and it was great. Like it was really much more calm and like super fun. Like you could take your time and walk and look at the stuff and choose which produce you wanted to get and all that. But the rest of the time it's just nightmarish, and it's so packed, and there's so many people, and everybody's a rush, and there's like 23 what's it called, baby carriages, and you just like, and people with you know, the little carts for groceries, not the grocery carts that you get in the grocery stores, but I don't know what to call them, you know, the bags on wheels. Yeah, prams. So many prams. So many big ones. And they will block and bleh. And every once in a while you get a busker that's sitting there like in the middle of the way playing whatever. And I mean, it's fine. Busking is not the issue, it's the location of the busking, which is super not, you know, manageable. Crowded no bueno. Midwestern girl here. Like our space. Oh, I mean, every introvert likes their space, and it's very difficult to manage in very public areas. Pro positive life tip: make a list, hand it to handsome, tell him you love him. Boom, problem solved. I see. Oh, I'll drive him to the supermarket any day and thank the lucky stars. Anytime I can wait in the truck. I don't mind going to the grocery store as long as it's not, you know, rush time. But the farmer's market is just a different beast altogether. It's great. There's so much good food and fun stuff there, but it's so costly in spoons. And it's not close enough to be convenient, you know. Like if I could go with my bike, but then it would be weird and difficult to bring stuff back. Plus, people here, like the culture of respecting someone's bike is not fully there yet. So I'd feel nervous about, you know, locking my bike over there. And I don't want to have to hold my helmet, my seat, you know, and then my whatever I buy, and then come back. And the other way to get there is through commuting, but that's just, you know, miserable. I have to take the bus, then the subway. And I'm like, do I really want to do that? Nope. There's one thing that I've seen crop up more that is really cool, is that they will set up these summertime little stands for produce. And these can be like, they'll be much smaller, there'll be a couple of tables, but they'll be like in the parking of the church, in the park nearby, and these will probably be just there in the weekend, but you can, you know, you can go there and it's much more easy to manage. A lot less stressful, and it's basically not taxing you in any way. I like to go to the farm shop where it's not a market, but the farmer sells veggies and fruits from his farm, and farms around the area. That's really cool. It is, they're super friendly there too. It's cheaper than the supermarket and without packaging. We bring a basket and they fill it. Oh, that's so great. And it's fresh. You know, it's just the best. And it's in season. The Little Rock River Market was lovely. Never uber crowded. Of course, I'm always out early to avoid crowds and enjoy the morning air. No such thing as enjoyable here in the desert. Oh, yeah. When the sun is out, you're on a timer. See, my anxiety levels usually make midday supermarket run a challenge. So farmer's market, I'm like, oh, it's no, midday is not great. Early in the morning is also weird because there's a lot of older people, but the older people are not comfortable using this self-service checkout. So you can go there, and at least you won't have to wait forever in line to check out, because you can use those spots and get through super quick. But yeah, midday is not, you know, midday and then just end of day / dinner time is not great. Really early here. There are the old people, but then it becomes more empty to shop. Yeah. Oh, store all close at 7 here, and I'm being able to go to the store at 2 a.m. when it's just me and other crazies getting our the 24-hour grocery store. I don't think we have those here. There's a 24-hour 7 days a week bakery nearby, and it's kind of dangerous, because it's the kind of place that is like, it's not fancy stuff, but it's delicious stuff, and it's not too expensive. So yeah, and it's open 20. Like, I'm glad I don't do any of the behaviors that would get me to want to eat at 2 a.m., you know. But yeah, they have like a bunch of bakery items like donuts, cakes, cookies, but they also have a sort of a deli counter with deli meats, and they sell Italian pizza, basically like the cross between a pizza and a focaccia. It's that kind of place. So everything you get in there, it smells amazing, and their donuts are really good. The other day we got raspberries that were picked from their yard in the morning by the grandma. You get the fruit baxter even. Oh, these must have been amazing. Early here is bananas. We'll often go at 10:30 p.m. so the only other people there are first responders. The perks of living in town long hours. Yeah, exactly. It blew my mind that Walmart closes at 10 now in Texas. That was always middle of the night, I can sleep thing to do. Yes, 10:30 at supermarket open till 11, because early is packed. Midday is packed, and 10:30 p.m. is always empty. I hope you can get through by quickly though, because 30 minutes to get everything. Let me check. Oh boy. Okay. Plop. Our local grocery store changed their layout every few weeks, so even if you have a list, you're swearing. Fun fact, and some is all legs and can make it a speed run if you must. Oh my gosh, it is infuriating. I'm with you there. I tend to be, I don't know what to call it, but you put me in a grocery store and I will kind of notice where stuff is and notice the weird stuff, and I don't know why, because it's just what it is, but I like looking at the stuff in the grocery stores, not necessarily being interested, just looking at everything. So sometimes when people, like, I hear people going, they ask like one of the clerks there, and they're like, do you know where I can find orzo? And I know where you can find orzo. So if the clerk is like, know what it is, what is that? I can be like, oh, it's over there, you know. But then they change the layout, and I'm like, I can't find anything anymore, and it doesn't always make sense where they put the stuff. And and you're like, okay, where do I have to go to find like rice cakes? I absolutely hate when they switch out the layout around, like full aisle will move place. I'm like, don't. I am a creature of routine and I just want to go to the thing and grab it. Yep. And stuff like one time honey will be with teas and the next it is in the baking aisle, and then it's with the breakfast spread aisle, you know? And you're just like, dude, who's shopping for a slap on the back of the head here? I've read they change up the layout so people buy more because they search for the stuff they want and then see something they take too. It just makes me buy stuff relentlessly. I'm so angry that I don't want to spend any money, let alone on random impulse buys. See that? Plus the crowded store makes for it. The thing is it's weird because maybe some people work like that. But I feel like if everything stays in its place mostly, but every once in a while they add new stuff throughout, I will notice it more. Whereas if I walk into an aisle I'm expecting to be one thing and notice it is something else, I will just stop looking at it altogether. Does that make sense? It's like, let's say the cereal aisle is now the pasta aisle. Well, if I turn into what I think is the cereal aisle, I'm like, oh, this is pasta, I'm just gonna dismiss all of it. If you're over here on holidays, don't bother with Tesco. Why? What's up? Why Tesco? Wow, that's not very straight, is it? Ah, that's fine. This makes sense. They are the ones that can't keep their products in one place. But if we're on holiday, we won't realize it's a problem. Yeah. Unless they change it every day. Back in the day when our stores were small with much less selection, the new stuff was always on the end caps. So solve that. Oh, interesting. get your grocery delivered. It costs £3 for delivery, but definitely saves more than that just by stopping me from buying things impulsively. UK is super good with grocery delivery. We will pick the date to get stuff rather than going. You guys had the same idea at the same time. Though, I mean, I love the idea of getting groceries delivered, but I kind of still go in person because there are things that I want to be able to choose myself, like stuff like apples. I don't really trust anyone to pick apples, except Mr. E or like me. If they deliver it and it doesn't look good, you can give it back to them for a refund. Yeah, but you still have to bother with it, you know. And in the meantime, you're out of whatever it is that you had to give back. And if you order from a decent supermarket, you don't get that. Haven't shopped since 2004 due to endless delivery as plus and cons. Pros and cons. Produce is often not fresh or contaminated with fragrance. What? How? Why spray fragrance on the produce? That's weird. You just say to the delivery person, "I'd like to return this." Oh, really? But I mean, do they wait while you check out the stuff? Oh, they do. Whoa. Okay. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that. Hand lotion, sanitizer, car air fresheners. Yeah, but still, I mean, you check while you're transferring your items from their crate to your. Okay. I think over here, the grocery store we go to, the main one, when they deliver food, they deliver it either in boxes, like cardboard boxes that you get to keep, I think, or paper bags. So you don't really transfer anything. You just, I guess, grab the bags and go. I need to find that ballpoint pen. Where are you, Mr. Pen? I apologize, that was gross. Speaking of food, what was something great that you ate this week? I've been eating mostly the same things over and over in an attempt to lose weight, so there's nothing particularly new or exciting in there, but we tried some pretty tasty honeydew melon flavored soda or pop. I don't know why, but I've been having a lot of thoughts about konbinis, like Japanese convenience stores. But I've never eaten at one, and I've never had any. But I find myself thinking about them. I don't know why. I finally made a yummy cold pasta salad with veggies, cranberries, pumpkin seeds, and homemade Dijon dressing. Ooh, that's good for leftovers, right? Because it's quite easy to make extra. Because konbinis are amazing. I mean, I'm sure they are. It's just that it's not something from experience. Like, I've never experienced one. So I don't know why I've been thinking about these a lot. We've had the flu. Oh no! So it's been pretty bland, but I've got some green tea with mint and cocoa shells that has hit the spot this week. I cannot say that this is a combo that I will endorse. But have you tried like the cocoa nibs just on their own in hot water, like an infusion of cocoa nibs? It makes for a really delicious chocolate flavored tea. Like, it has none of the bitterness. It's just like the taste of the coconut butter, but also a bit more chocolatey than that. I had a great Brazilian barbecue last night. Oh man, sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. What's your favorite thing to get when you're at a Brazilian barbecue? It's barely chocolate flavored, but has a little sweetness. Ooh. Giant bowl. That's great. That's leftovers, and it's great to have some leftovers that you don't need to reheat. You just take out the fridge, put in a bowl, good to go. Let's go. I love chocolate and mint, but also super fussy about the combo. Yeah, it's easy to like any kind of combos like that. It's so easy to go too hard one way, or I guess it depends on some people's tastes, but yeah. The picana for sure. What's picana? It's flavorful, crisps up well, juicy, just the right amount of fat. Sounds amazing. Just like that, with that description, I'm like, Although, can I ask something? What is the point of a vegan menu in a I don't think there's much of a point to it. I think it's just to try and be accommodating for when you have a group of people over and there's inevitably a vegan in there that's kind of stuck following the group. like, let's say it's a bunch of couples, like, and will you just say to your significant other, nah, don't come, you won't have anything to eat over there? Like, it's a bit... it's something that you can sort of end up with. I'm glad that they do, though, because it's really annoying to be have dietary restrictions and you follow a group somewhere and you get there and there's basically nothing you can get except fries and possibly the salad if they hold the cheese and the dressing, you know. Like, speaking from experience, well, I mean, it's a vegan nightmare if you are a vegan, a very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're really into the ethical fight side of it. But I know vegans, and that's how I was too when I would not eat meat. But like, I don't mind if other people eat meat. Like, I'm not gonna yell at them or fight them or whatever. But if I decide not to eat meat, it's always enjoyable to have at least a couple of options, you know. If someone is really like vehemently against the consumption of meat, well, you don't bring them to a Brazilian barbecue restaurant, of course. It is a vegan nightmare if you are really like, no, the animals. But for me, it was just like, though, I mean, a Brazilian barbecue, I know the meat would be good, so it would be perhaps a bit of a different situation. But let's say you go just to a regular, average place and everything has meat somewhere in it. And you're like, well, if I don't like meat, what am I, what can I eat? There are sticks of blood dripping meat walking around him. But that's the thing, like, unless, if I don't have to eat it, like, I don't, that was me, like, back then, if I don't have to eat the meat, I don't really care, you know. I figure if you don't eat meat ethically, it's not the place for you. If you don't like the smell or taste, it's still not the place, but was a vegetarian in Texas, so really appreciated options that weren't just salad. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Charlotte, hi! Good thing that I'm eating, or all this food talk would make me hungry. Yeah, if you are a ethical vegan, really, really, like, feisty, this is a nightmare place for them, but I know I've seen quite a few people who are either vegetarians and they like to tag along with other people. Like, you know how some places have, I remember the fish and chip place, they would have a vegetarian option of having halloumi deep fried, like the, you know, the cheese you can grill and it doesn't just completely melts away. Well, they would offer that as a vegetarian option. And I know it's kind of missing the point of fish and chip, but let's say you're a group of people with various restrictions. But sometimes we may just want to be with friends and family. Exactly. If I'm not going to have a fit, if I want them to accept me, I need to accept them. Yep. I'm not trying to convert anyone. I'm just trying to eat with my friends, you know. That kind of energy. Hubby eats no fish and has fish and chips every Friday. Just battered. Oh, dude, that sounds great. Do they have Scottish eggs? But that's also an interesting option. But other restaurants don't have multiple hunks of meat floating around. Yeah, but I mean, of course it's a nightmare place for a ethical vegan that cannot abide the murder of meat, the murder of animal for meat, but some people choose not to eat meat for various reasons, but are still completely aware of the fact that the rest of the world still eats a lot of meat. So while I don't like preparing meat personally, like touching raw meat and all that, I mean, they might be bothered by the smell, but then again, it's something you decide to there because you want to be with your friends. I mean, I would have issues with someone going there and complaining all the time, because if you know that your group of friends is going to that kind of restaurants and you know you're gonna have a terrible time, I would simply say like, look, I want to spend time with you guys, but I can't do the restaurant, so I'll meet you after it, or I'll see you guys next time we organize something. Perhaps we can pick a different place, you know. Fish and chips on Friday is quite a tradition in the UK. My boarding school always served it on Friday. Can you still eat it today though? Has they kind of ruined it for you, or is it still good? Hubby and his dad were in Africa at a restaurant that also had the flag system, and his dad didn't realize if it was up, they kept serving. Oh no! Oh no! Endless food. He weighed about 90 pounds soaking wet and ate every bite. Oh my gosh. As a minority in the group, I would just go and make do. No muss, no fuss. Yeah. No one is making you eat the meat, so... Saveloy. What is saveloy? Is that a type of fish? I'm here for the guarana. What is that? Yeah, I wouldn't complain either. Like, it's just silly. Occasionally, like once in a blue moon, I will eat fish and chips. Well, that's good that they haven't completely ruined it. It's the only thing about northern chip shops. No saveloy. What is it? What is it? It's one part of British culture that I just can't get. 99% of time you get soggy chips. The soft, like, limp ones? Oh, those are something. Alright. I love the curry sauce. I appreciate being up north for the curry sauce. But if I could just eat saveloy, it would be perfect. Oh, I know the 1% chip shop that does amazing chips. Saveloy is like a peppery sauce. Oh wow, that sounds great. Okay, I'm in. No limp chips. Well, it's what we would call fries. It's bright red. Oh my gosh, that sounds great. It's so cheap and horrible for you, but it tastes so good. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? I don't want to... If I'm gonna eat meat, it better taste good. Is that it? And curry sauce makes everything better. There's so many types of curries, though. What kind of curry sauce is it? I'd opt for mashed potatoes. That's just... Over here, you have two schools for fries or chips. You have the crispy ones, but we also have the soggy ones, and they are kind of really appropriate for specific meals. And I mean, as long as they're hot, I don't really mind it. But yeah, if they're cold, that's just not a fun experience. Like crispy fries, if they're a bit cold, they will go by better. But poutine with fresh cheese curds and gravy and the soggy fries, it's kind of it's kind of an important local feature, I can say. You can have poutine with like crispy fries. They don't have to be soggy ones, but the soggy ones kind of bring something very very genuine to the mix in my brain. Also, we also have Italian poutine, which is basically fries or chips, the cheese curds, and any kind of pasta sauce you want. If you get it with bolognese sauce, it's a hearty meal, let me tell you. It has its own special qualities. It looks like gravy and can be super thick. But it's like made from like yellow curry powder, I guess, right? If my memory serves, it is the kind your heart screams in blissful happiness as it clocks. Had it for a go and nom 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 nom. I think we could send you a packet of curry sauce. Oh, I could send you a packet of poutine sauce. That would be a hilarious exchange, right? Though I don't know how easy it would be for you to find an appropriate kind of cheese to, you know, replicate the poutine experience. Otto, have you gone back to the poutine place you had found that had the good squeaky cheese? Well, it has to be squeaky cheese. Is it squeaky? Is fresh paneer kind of squeaky? Because what it basically is really fresh cheddar curds. I almost dropped my bowl of popcorn. Recovery involved throwing my phone and dumping some of my water on the couch. Yep, that sounds like a very ginger moment. It's very relatable. Paneer is super squeaky. Okay, so that would work. And it's like a very light taste because it has to be like kind of light fresh cheese. Yes, I occasionally crave it, so I order from there. So, oh, I'm glad. I'm glad it's that good and it stayed good. Like back when I could eat cheese, I was never a huge fan of poutine on its own because I would prefer like the Italian sauce over the gravy. But I really like it as a sort of typical meal here. I love just how silly it is, but also delicious. Like, you can't go wrong with it, but it's such a weird idea and combo. Paneer has almost no flavor. Oh, that's perfect. I'm embarrassed to say my plan was to make bowl number one, let it cool and bag it, then make bowl number two, but nope, I inhaled bowl number one and only just made bowl number two. Well, it's popcorn. You can inhale all the popcorn you want. I don't feel like you're, unless you dress it up in like a kiloton of butter. It just brings headline. Just whisk it away. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's basically just, you know, corn. That's fibers and proteins and everything. I never really feel guilty about eating popcorn. Oh no! These colors are so pretty. Paneer is the only cheese that I'm brave enough to try making at home. Oh really? Whoa. Well, I mean, if you make it at home, you probably end up having it in some kind of curds shape before you press it. So you could just skip the press part and have cheese curds. Oh man, occasionally Mr. E will get a fresh bag of cheese curds for, you know, snacking or as a side dish. And I still, even if it's been like over 10 years since I've like eaten any kind of dairy or cheese, I still have to tell myself that I can't just grab one and eat it. Still not there yet, but oh man, that fresh squeakiness. They are. I think I'll have to push the button soon. What button? Hold on. Full fat milk, lemon juice, boil, strain, flatten, and done. That sounds fairly easy. If I wanted butter, I just had a little extra peanut oil instead. I'm not really supposed to have it right now because health stuff, whatever. But it's the item I'm able to eat. So, have you tried making it with coconut oil? It really brings an interesting dimension to the taste too. Like it can make for an interesting option that doesn't require a lot of extra stuff or a lot of extra calories, depending. Oh, to buy those paints. Oh my gosh, yes. I don't know why I bother with making circles because I can never paint within the circles, but I like it. A couple of weeks back, hubby told me he was concerned my tummy issues were lactose problems. So I ordered fake milks and all that, and then midweek he suggested cheese board for dinner, but didn't see the irony. Maybe he had a completely lactose-free cheese board in mind, but that's very funny. Oh, I can't do coconut. Oh no! That's a bummer. But I want to try next with sunflower. Ooh. Or avocado oil, possibly. So many interesting oils to choose from. Is that really alizarin crimson? Oh, that's such an interesting color. Not the most apt name, but a beautiful hue. I, of course, accepted. You have the perfect defense of, but you suggested it. It was your idea. Those are some really interesting things. I agree. I really enjoy, it's not the most pretty looking thing, but I enjoy doing this little lighter patch at the bottom because I feel like these colors, they look super pretty when they're heavily diluted too. Oh, that reminds me. So this is mauve taupe and old mauve. And mauve is a really funny word as someone who's primarily speaking French, because a lot of people will say mauve, and I'm like, how? 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 How do you get to mauve from mauve? Like it's M-A-U, not M-U-A. What? How? Or like when people want to say rogue, but they write rouge instead. And like it's not the same thing. It doesn't. Rouge is a color or makeup. Rogue is absolutely neither of these things. Damn, that's pretty. Mauve. I mean, B minus for effort. I'd make that a C. That mauve taupe is diluted to such level. Yeah, that's so pretty. Oh, the old mauve has possibly some light granulation in it, or it's just not dry enough yet. Mauve. Like what? What is that? What's that supposed to mean? Oh guys, the Lucas medium viscosity blank. The acrylics did go in squeezy bottle. Oh, it is so pretty, isn't it? I love these. Such a nice cohesive palette too so far. I think the only color it's sort of missing is a yellow that is not a bit cool. It doesn't have like that kind of creamy yellow light corn color. You know what I mean. Alex, you'll have to post photos of that on the Discord so we can see. I can totally see Jinja having a strong focus on anything MacGyver on the YouTube channel. The worm yellow like a diarylite. Yeah, but I mean, to keep with the more muted aspect of these colors, like you have ecru beige over here that is kind of cool, but kind of cool not in terms of temperature of color, but that is sort of a light yellow, but it's kind of a bit too brownish. I feel like a kind of yellow, slightly orange, but like in a tint would work well. Sure can. My goal today was playing with them, but then I wanted popcorn. Popcorn. The popcorn flavored rice cakes are also quite delicious. I don't know if you guys can hear the squeaky sounds in the background. Oh, I felt also closer to a nipple's yellow reddish. Well, a nipple's yellow, orangish. I wish I had a corresponding swatch. Maybe a bit like this one here. Can you see what I mean? Like something a bit more warm, but also not too vibrant. Maybe one of my Albine Irodori colors. Out the work for warmish. But yeah, I don't like, it's just an observation. I don't really. I'm personally bothered trying to, like, if this set came with 23 colors, I would consider adding one from my stash. But since it's technically the complete set, I feel really weird about adding to it. I'll just make do with what's part of the set, you know. Hey, Paulo. I know it's squash, but yeah, these if you look at the paper, even if that's not something that I enjoy seeing, but they describe these as water-based pigment paints can be highly opaque when used solely as a gouache, but can also become more transparent depending on the amount of water added for dilution. No shit, Sherlock. It's okay, I follow an ISF. I think Lucas Nipple's yellow reddish, which is really close, actually. Cool. Yeah. Now this green. Oh, that's such a nice green. It's so light and fluffy. There's a really extensive delay between what you guys see and what I do. Might be because this is working through magic. You remember the magic system? But yeah, so it's weird. I gotta keep that in mind. I've been having art supplies ADD and been getting out old palettes and things, and last week was the Mission Gold Pans palette. And I had clearly never used it much for mixing because their burnt sienna and ultramarine blue make various shades of green and don't come. Ooh, that sounds lovely though. So what pigments would they be? I'm pretty sure the ultramarine blue has got to be ultramarine blue, right? If they made it something else than PB29, I'm gonna laugh. And burnt sienna might be more of a wild card because some people have a very loose spin on the color. Oh man, this palette has such pretty greens. Oh, I love these. Maybe Shinhan Passe Jaune Brillant, possibly. Or Holbein, the regular range, has a lot of colors that could fit too, I think. It was a lot of yellow in their burnt sienna mix. Yeah, well, if you end up with a green, that makes sense. It usually makes such a beautiful green, though, if you get a kind of a ultramarine blue and a dark orange color that don't quite neutralize. PBR 25, PR 11. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh. That sounds super transparent and vibrant. Oh, that sounds lovely. Send me photos of swatches if you want, if you want. It is not, yeah, that's not, I don't know why they called it burnt sienna, because this is a color name that people have expectations. When you see burnt sienna, you have something in mind, and you expect, you know, a certain performance from the color. So why not name it something like Magello Brown, you know? Oh, definitely. Sounds beautiful. Oh, maybe this one. Oh, maybe I found our warmish yellow. Oh yeah, I think so. Look, when you really diluted the Mars yellow. It's possibly just a touch too orange, but I guess you could kind of mix it with the saffron yellow to bring it back just a tiny bit. But that whole set is incredibly vibrant, and all but the white have a glossiness though. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Mission gold colors are like, how can we upset people with Oh, I think you nailed it. Ah, that's like a Caput Mortem color. That's so nice. And yeah, oh my gosh, you're so right about Mission Gold. They give no care to the color expectations of people. Weren't they one of those that called their Viridian just plain Viridian? Oh, they have the Cerulean that is PB15. Yes, yes, yes. A good burnt sienna is so yummy. It's kind of tricky. It's a tough balance to mix, to match, I feel like. Burnt sienna. To me, it kind of feels off if it's too saturated and vibrant. I will look at it and expect there to be some shenanigans stuff happening. A color that is always a single pigment. Let's put 4 pigments. Not declare any color as a hue. Yeah, they really don't. Alright, do I have a mixing palette handy? Not really. Thought I wouldn't need a big one. So many palettes, always out of mixing one. I'm gonna try one of these with the saffron yellow, the cobalt blue, and the vermilion, I think. Does that make sense? And then what colors could I put in this other one? I could put the Mars yellow, the grayish blue. Venetian red. Or maybe the alizarin crimson. Yeah, that would work. That would be fun. But I will say their palette is unstainable and tough as nails. Which palette? Because they have quite a few models. Holbein has a color that is rather unique to them with unique names. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's make the same color with the same name. No one will notice. Which one is that? Hold on, let me try to think. There's the peacock blue, I think, is quite Holbeiny, if I can say that. Jaune brillant. Hold on. They're composed green, manganese nova, gamboge nova. What else? There is so many, right? Let's look at the charts. Shell pink. All the bright violet, bright pink. Composed blue, emerald green nova. Colors like gray of gray. I don't know if that's particularly Holbeiny. Oh, I totally broke my website this week. Oh no! Oops. Is it fixable? Can it be fixed? Brilliant orange, brilliant pink, bright rose. Yeah, I mean, Holbein has a viridian and a viridian hue, and the viridian is genuine viridian, so I mean, it's not that hard. Horizon blue, leaf green are quite uncommon as well. Like, no way to rescue it. Oh no! Oh no! So that means that, like, the database and everything is out, right? Miraculously, I had the info I needed to bring it back written down in the random place, but if I hadn't, bye painted. As someone who shouldn't be in IT, I know there's a feat. Oh no. Honestly, it shouldn't have been that easy to break a WordPress site. Honestly, I had tears running up. Oh no! I once did a publish and took down an entire company's website for them. Oh no! Oh my gosh, you guys. That sounds terrifying. Like a next kind of level for terror. I'm glad that past you had prepared for that, Otto, and had left instructions for present you to fix it. Oh no. Oh my god, I praised the heck out of me, oh, out of past me for having written it down. Apologized many times while trying to figure it out. Turns out that someone else had decided the drive the site lived on should become a slave drive. So my publish obliterated this. Oh wait, what? How does that? Wait, I'm definitely not an IT person, so what does that mean? Oh, I'm really liking that orange you made. What? 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 It looks kind of, perhaps a bit, I think the colors look a tiny bit too bright on the camera, but it is a beautiful orange. I'm excited to see the mix of the sort of cyan color with the vermilion color. Slave drive basically allows for addition storage, and by making the master drive a slave drive, all the code could no longer reach the data to be pulled out and displayed. I think I get it. The answer was not satisfying. They just decided to try it out. To be fair, that wasn't your fault. Yeah, exactly. Like, you had no way of knowing that would happen if no one told you about the switch. Oh yeah, beautiful gray, here we come. Oh yeah, this is nice. The mixed colors look brighter than the original color. Yeah, the camera is kind of brightening it up a tiny bit because, Like my paper is off-white and it doesn't look that off-white on camera. So it's tweaking things up just a bit too much, but is it weird to get excited when two colors? No, absolutely not. Well, I mean, if it's weird, then we are both weird. Yeah, see, I think you're in the right place to be excited about color mixes. I feel like everyone in the chat is like, nope, that's fine, that's perfectly good. I appreciate the group support. These colors are mixing. Yeah, I understand that they say technically not exactly supposed to use them mixed, but it's interesting to see that you can get colors that are not part of the set for mixing, like that gray. There is no gray in the set, but just from mixing these two you can get a beautiful gray, so why not? Oh, that's not. Sometimes my mixes are not exactly where I want them to be, so I will add an extra blob like between two colors to show something closer to. I'm so glad Abby is an artist. I don't really have to explain myself. Plus he likes it too. Yeah, that sounds convenient. I didn't expect self-muted colors to kick up the punchiness mixed. I'm gonna have to like take photos or scan these because they're not as punchy as they look on camera. Like it's kind of a false impression. But they mixed really well, and the mixes didn't kill all of the color, you know. Second, Ooh, I do stuff into popcorn coma. So, do you guys want to see the other wheel? Do I take the time to mix the other wheel, or you guys are done and have stuff to do? Do we want to see it? Of course, yes, we want to see it. Is the Pope Catholic? So it says a lot about my knowledge of religion that I didn't know the answer to that. I was like, but I think so. So I know that bears do poop in the wood, though. Nemo is the Pope is Catholic. He's the leader of Catholics. Talking to myself, will not buy more paint, will not. Show people what I send you. I can't because my phone is the camera for this. I can't show it. So which other blue did I wanted to take grayish blue. Grayish blue. There's something in that grayish blue that reminds me of indigo. Maybe, I don't know, hold on, let me check something up. I have my old phone, but it's relatively devoid of everything. So, hold on. I think I remember the... Hold on, I might be able to show it on my old phone if you give it the time to load stuff up. It's a very valid concern, Mr. Bird. Huh. No, I see what you mean. No, struggling so much, but I'm gonna get there. Okay, okay. Can you guys see? Log in to watch again. What? No, I don't want to log in. I just want to see the stupid thing. Well, maybe there's another video that I can play. Log in to once again. Hey, screw you. Refresh page. Oh, okay, cool. How is that? Was that? I guess that was in view. It's the butt gem and nudicles together. Yeah. So funny. You know, it's gotta look amazing when the sun hits it. The sun rays streaming out the butt. And you know the effect, like you give the nudicles a nudge and they make like an oscillating effect on the walls. Should sign up, the family is getting persnickety and want attention. Aww. It was super nice to have you around, Cleo. I'm glad you enjoyed the just hanging out. That's always great. That's perfectly fine. Bye to you too. I hope you have fun with the family and have some time for more crafting later on, because that's always great. So the stained glass thing, I checked it out because with the name of the shop I was like, is this, you know, another one of those weird Chinese reseller of stuff, and whatever you get from them is absolutely not like their videos because they use like someone else's videos for stuff. But no, it turns out that this is a very legit artist from Canada who makes the silly stained glass with the plenty of various animal butts, and she had other stuff. She had regular stuff too. Like there was a really pretty cardinal stained glass. But there was a bunch of, like, there was a unicorn butt, there are dog butts. She also has a model that's a dog pooping, and there are like 2 chains hanging from the dog's butt with pieces of like yellow-brown glass at the end. Silly stuff. That would be hilarious if they were a lurker. Bravo, round of applause. I mean, if I had a set with, you know, a backdrop and you could, like, see me, I would possibly consider getting that kind of ornamentation in the back. And only the most OG of participants would remember the nautical nonsense and subsequent shenanigans with the, it was like the Tushy gem something, right? Tushy Twinkle, I think. Is that it? How many things can make you crack up every time you see it? Like just a right amount of random silliness. There is not a lot of them, but those that do, they never stop being good, right? They're always amazing. Forever and a half ago for reals. Pre-pandemic for sure. Yeah, the muted greens are so pretty. This one is, these two are so close that the mix is not that great. But I really like these two wheels. I feel like there's a lot of interesting mixes in there. And really like serviceable mixes. Can you post it in Livestream after party I have to show? Oh. Ooh, Mama Snaps is a stained glass artist. The Instagram account is Ding Dong Glass. And I think that will be it for today. Sounds decent. There you go. Unless you guys have any more questions or last minute things you want to mention. Ginger has Ginger has posted the link to the Discord in the chat. It's also in the description if you want to, you know, join up and chat over there during the week. Everything willing, there should be a stream next weekend, same time, same place. And it was really lovely to see you guys in the chat, as always. I will be posting relevant stuff to the Discord, and eventually, I mean, I'm gonna make a video about these paints, so I'll be able to ramble on about these a whole lot more. have a great week, everyone, and see y'all next time. And until then, I hope you have a good time and take care. Bye bye.